and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Grudge.
And you have to stream like I think like
24 hours or something.
Like 7 or 8 hours.
Oh, okay. No, it's more than 7 or 8. It's something weird.
I'm like,
it's because it's a week's worth.
I'm under that. I'm lucky to get that in a week.
All right. Well, guys, we're live from here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone panic.
No, you're not panicked. You're not panicked. You're on the semifinals. Woo! I am Mac. I'm your host. If you don't know, you know.
Oh my god.
All right, so welcome to Gamer Grudge, people. This is going to be a 1v1 fight. Before we start, we must get to the cast started. Here, man.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Been a while since I've been on here, but I'm back being the lovely mod that you guys know me for.
Exactly. And next we have she got look like you're on a bed or something with
no
look like a big ass pillow. yeah.
I guess.
I'm certain like you're on a big ass pillow. Are you in a coffin?
Yes, that's definitely it, Mac.
I got it right for once. Okay.
Actually, that would you should have like a virtual coffin with
yeah,
it.
that would be
awesome. That's not a bad idea.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
With a little guest inside the coffin, a little skeleton.
Yeah, or better yet, you just your white screen is you just popping out the coffin and saying hi. That'd be cool too.
I got a lot of stuff in plan for my stream, so
I'm throwing you ideas.
Changes are coming.
All right. Also, if you look to the screen, yes, you do see that subscribe and follow screen. I hope you like it. It's awesome. It's so hopefully do that.
Nobody can subscribe on our Twitch channel though.
They can subscribe on YouTube though, because they're watching on YouTube.
That's true.
That's still true.
Follow. I said subscribe or follow.
One generates money. One
last
doesn't.
but certainly not least, we have that.
There's a.
This is true.
One makes us less broke ass bitches.
Yeah, this is true. And last but not least, my It man, Zach.
Yay!
Hi-oh.
You just say I'm wrong, sir.
You are correct, sir.
Thank you. And ours back.
Carson.
And now let's get to our fighters. One of the fighters, he has been here before. He has been fighting. He fought in the last round. Is Rob. How's it going, Rob?
I'm good. On you. Hopefully you all having good. Just ready to do this.
All right, cool. And next we have sadly we could not get the first ever Gamer Grudge champion on here because he had to work. Huh?
Second.
Technically second. Yeah, technically second. If you literally
I am correct, sir. Actually, that'd be a great t-shirt for me. I am correct.
When we meet up, I'll get you that shirt and I'll burn it right in front of you. When we meet in Chicago, I'll get that shirt burned right in front of you.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
Set the hotel room on fire. This is how it happened.
This is how it always happens. But next we Sadler couldn't get oh shit. No. Cancel. No, why are you restarting? Okay, cancel. No.
Something's restarted.
What's the CWF?
It's
CWF.
Christian Wrestling Federation.
Oh, because
It's
I only know the CWF for championship
All right,
wrestling
we're good.
in Florida. So
Yeah, it's
that's what's here.
it's the place I train with.
Okay.
All right, we're good. And last, certainly not least, we have instead we don't have TJ, we have a rematch. We have Mustachio herself popping up. How's it going, Mustachio?
Yeah, I am here by default and a little bit bitter about it. So get ready, Razor
Oh,
Rob.
no. This is
I'm
this is
really
gonna
pumped
be-
to be here. It's good to see y'all again.
yeah, it's good to see
Also,
you. Yeah.
Jigglypuff Will.
Yeah.
Just want to say,
Anyway,
Zach, you're the only one that voted against her here.
I'm here for revenge. I'm here for revenge.
If she wasn't wrong, I wouldn't vote against her.
You were literally not
It was
picking
fair.
me.
It's fair.
It was the main.
Water
It
under
was
the
the
bridge.
best
Let's move
answer.
on. New fight. New day. New fight.
Yeah. Let's see not again.
All right. So before we start, we must go over the rules. The rules for the semifinals are as followed, and I'll read them out because we need to weed them out. Rules are as follow. Basically, it's the same as the regular fight. It's basically going to be a 1v1 fight. Fighter with the most points wins. But if we go to a tie, we will go to a PvP. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, now it's basically the same as a regular fight. Just there is no tiebreaker. This is basically like a regular fight. But usually when we do a 1v1 fight, the one with the most points win. But lately we have been going through some PvPs. You have been so damn good this season. It's not even funny. Let's go with the phases. Phases are as follow. The phases are normal as usual. So the phases are: phase 1 is the introduction round. You simply just give your answer. Give your answer. Phase 2 is the declaration, where you basically give your answer for your own answer only, and that will last only 3 minutes. Phase 3 is the grudge round, where you basically can tear down each other's arguments. We want blood. Trink is a vampire. She wants to see blood. She gets happy when you see that.
There will be blood.
Phase 4 is the last minute round. Where we get 1 minute to go over the last minute round, where we just go over basically give you a question. We just literally go over that. And phase 5 is for cleanup and fact checking. We give our verdict. With that said, people,
Oh boy.
that, come on, son of a bitch.
Look.
Damn it,
look. I'm sorry.
What the hell? Okay.
What's happening? Tell me what's up. Tell me what's happening. Tell me what's up.
It's the normal thing of breaking everything. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yay.
Should I go get the fire extinguisher?
Yeah, you should go get the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, we need
that fire extinguisher. That would be helpful. Never mind, we got it. All right. With that said, people, are you ready to grudge? See, I didn't go quiet then. Are you ready to grudge?
We're ready to grudge.
Are you ready to rumble?
Don't you have to pay that guy now that you've said ready to rumble? I remember that.
That's why I said
Oh
grudge.
my god.
No. All right. So
And I owe a lot of money things. It's on my channel.
It now we
Alright.
found out why Rob's broke.
All right,
Yeah,
question number
too.
1. Zach. Zero, you want to read that answer? Read that question?
Give me a second because I gotta freaking get the.
Excuse me.
There we go. Who is the best villain in gaming?
Me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. This time we're gonna start with. Well, let's go ahead and start with the person who said me. That's Pistachios. So, what is your answer?
Okay. GLaDOS from Portal.
All right, GLaDOS. Zach, you got GLaDOS? There it is.
Yay! She's so pretty.
Rob.
Albert Wesker from Resident Evil.
Albert Wesker. That son of a bitch. All right. Sasha, tell us why your answer is the best. Right now.
All right. So GLaDOS is a perfect villain because she's someone you actually trust. A lot of times you like when they introduce a villain, you can pretty much sit there and say, oh, that's the villain, which makes GLaDOS different because at first you think either she is just a dumb AI or someone you can trust. And slowly as you get to know her more, you start to see like the cracks in who she actually is. GLaDOS was created from the memories of a worker at the Portals company named Caroline. And you can like argue that Caroline wasn't evil. It's GLaDOS that's evil. So GLaDOS is only half evil. But even after gaining her memories back, GLaDOS and Caroline both still crave fear, death. They go through thousands of living scientists even after GLaDOS makes this like big character development and change, and you think she's changed her ways after the first game where she's like tried to kill you the entire time or use you as a test subject, but she misses the fear of death, and like practicing her science on robots just didn't give her the oomph it used to, even after like she's made all these changes and you believe that she's like on a better path, which shows that like Carol AI, that through tragic events she was forcibly taken from her human self and turned into an AI. Evil. She is evil in essence. Caroline is to kill humans. It's just how she, gets out of bed in the morning. Also, she promises cake. The cake is a lie. Promise cake and not deliver. She tries to kill every scientist in her lab within 1/10 of an ecosecond of being turned on. So she's evil from the get-go. And everything about her, she's manipulative. She has all of the characteristics of not only like, I think it's a sociopath. I don't want to use the wrong one, or a psychopath where you don't feel anything. And really down to her core has no morality. Even when those around her who know her best, who created her, think she's good, she's just bad through and through, making her the best villain. Plus, the cake is a lie.
Okay. The cake is a lie. I got
the cake is a lie. How dare she? How dare she?
Rob.
Well, Abbott Rescue is pretty much at the beginning of his because he was a spy, but he was also someone at first that you could trust because he was on the STARS team as a spy, because he was involved in the whole operation with the T-Virus with the Umbrella Corporation. So at first you could trust Albert Rescue, but then later on there was betrayal. And between the betrayal and everything else that happened with Umbrella to Raccoon City, Albert Wesker is pretty much not human anymore because of all the experimentation that was done to him. And with all the intense power and all that stuff that he gained from all of the T-virus and experimentation with the group of the that he worked with in the bioweapons black market. So he had all kinds of really bad weapons, and especially with the mutation brought on by a prototype virus that was giving him the superhuman powers. So he was partnership with a lot of bad organizations, especially with Umbrella and the Tri-Cell. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, he was brought to death, but he was a really bad villain in the Resident Evil counterpart with all of the laboratories and research and him being a spy and gaining the trust. And the betrayal happened in 1998, and his ultimate sacrifice and death was in 2009. But I don't know. He's one tough sucker, and I don't know. I think out of all the super villains, Albert Resco's got to be one tough super villain in gaming.
That's it.
Yes.
All right. I must ask. Before we start, Zach, are you ready? Trank. I'll take that as a yes. Zero.
There we go.
All right. I'm gonna switch this to Galler mode. When I ring the bell. Well, hold on. Wait. Hold on. I'm switching this to Galler mode. You may start now.
Rob, do you have any questions first?
Questions?
No? If you don't, I'm ready to go.
No.
All right. So Abbott sounds like kind of a classic I want power villain. Like he did the whole betrayal thing just because, like, to make himself stronger. What makes him different than any other I just want power villain? Because there are a lot of them in gaming. Power drives a lot of people. Why is his story so much more special than any other villain?
Well, Albert Wesker, I mean, he has been throughout the entire series of Resident Evil. And yeah, okay, there is a lot of
them. Like, it's pretty much classic. Oh, I need a villain. Oh, let's make someone want power. The end.
Yeah, but with the whole T-virus and the whole exploitation of the village with the Overblown Corporation, I mean, you know that they destroyed Raccoon City with that T-virus.
The how is one thing, but it's like the why behind it is still, I want to be super strong. Right? Okay. So isn't that like every villain?
Well, yeah, but
so then why is he so special? Why is he the greatest then? I really want to know. I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about these strangers like me.
I don't think I can physically show you, but I can try to explain the best as I can. Okay, so yes.
Because GLaDOS is different in that she was not only human, but also a robot, evil in both cases.
Right.
And also, like, she's not an I just want power being. She's an I crave science and learning. Also, I love death and destruction. I'm going to form the two, which is, I think, a lot more unique as a villain, creating a more dynamic and more like interesting villain, other than a human who's just like, I'm a bad guy. I want power. Virus.
Yeah, but he wasn't. But if you notice, later on in the series, Albert Wesker wasn't really human anymore. And an AI, is it just the same? Got the power? Just like a normal
No, because
villain?
they had programmed an actual human soul Caroline into her. Or not a soul, but all of her. And then
her. And then she just got the power and knowledge to become
No,
evil, right?
She was a human. No, she was a human, Caroline, who worked at the company. Her CEO boss was going to die
Okay.
and then
Okay.
ordered that if he died first, she would be forced to become the AI intelligence. And then she, although an AI, still had all the memories of Caroline, her human form. So she was still partially human as well as being AI. The AI
Okay.
is more of like just a body she's in.
So it was one of those classic, I was a human, now I'm a robot.
No,
type scenario.
not at all. Not at all, because she
looks
wasn't
like a
fully
robot to me.
She looks like a robot, but that
She
makes her
is
even more
now.
unique because she is not. Her story is that she's not fully robot and she's not fully human because she was a human. And even after regaining her human memories, which would bring back her humanity and morality, she remains evil, showing that her original human form is also evil. She's double evil. She's evil in the robot world and evil in the human world. I'm telling you, your dude might be hopped up on all his virus drugs and inhuman or whatever, but he's just a guy who is super powerful.
Well, I mean, your AI is just a robot with
It's not
humans. Okay.
That's what I'm saying, Rob.
Okay. So yes, it's human at first. That was saved because of the death. So saving her into a robot.
She wasn't
form.
saved. She wasn't saved. Her boss was going to die and forced her, if he died first, to take place of him. She was forced to. She wasn't saved. She wasn't going to die.
This whole thing just sounds all the same with the whole different.
The same as what?
It's the same way though.
Can you name a counterexample, a different counterexample of a robot turned into from a human that also was evil as a human and as a robot? If you can name one, I'll drop it.
Okay. There's a lot of games with this.
You say it a lot, but you can't name one.
Okay. You realize that how many
games was Abbott in?
Abbott?
Yeah, your dude, Albert
Wisco. He was in a lot of the series, not just one game, because he was in the first one, the second one, and the third one.
Did a different villain end up taking his place?
How's up?
Oh, okay. Good one, Rob. I'm fighting a different person this time. I was not.
Who
are you?
Last round and he's getting, he's coming after you this time.
I know. Making me sweat.
Oh.
All right. So, anybody got a question?
I do.
All right, Zach, go on. I'm sorry, but I don't want to leave anybody. Everybody else got a question?
Go on, Zach.
Not leaving you out, Zach. I'm just making sure.
I'm okay with Zach's question.
Okay. Trent.
I said go on, Zach. Verbally.
Okay. Zach, what's your question?
Zach's question.
No, I just want to make sure nobody wanted to.
What is the most immoral action your character has taken?
Oh, can I start?
Yeah, you're the first person.
Yeah, you're first.
So I told you about how, like, even after she regains her memory, she's evil. What happens is she starts, like, after she regains her memory, she starts practicing her science experiments on robots and gets bored and starts missing the I want death. I miss fear feeling. She has like full control of the lab after this happens, and she finds a part of the lab she didn't have access to before, with thousands and thousands of human test subjects ready to be tested on in like this like sleep state. And within 1 week, she uses up every single one of them, kills every single one just for fun.
All right, Rob.
Well, Albert Wesker, throughout his entire childhood, he has been taken from his kids to go into Umbrella Corporation. So really, I mean, the whole studies and the whole research and all that stuff happened as a young age. So, I mean, he's probably been immortal for years. But when it comes to when he became immortal or with, not human anymore, then I'm not for sure.
No, more immoral. Immoral.
Oh, immoral. Okay, I misunderstood you.
No,
The
it's okay.
meanest thing he ever did.
I totally misunderstood your question.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Okay.
I didn't even think both these characters are effectively immortal.
Yes.
Hell no.
Okay. It's hard to say with him because he's done a lot of immoral stuff throughout the entire Resident Evil franchise. With Nemesis and the Trident and all that big, huge scientific monsters that there was produced. He's done a lot of immoral stuff in the entire series, but I can't. It's hard to say the exact moment he was immortal because I'm trying to think of what Resident Evil you actually come across him and fight him, and I think it was 4. Is it either 4 or 5 when you actually meet him and fight him? But I can't remember the exact one of the series. I played a lot of them, so it's kind of hard to figure out which version.
You're saying fight him, or you figure out that he done something wrong?
Oh, I mean, there's also stories, and I think in 5 that you actually learn more about Albert Wesker in the series. So the 4 or 5, I can't remember.
All right. Okay, you're done?
Yeah. That's a tough question.
Zach, I think me and Trent can kind of fact check this. I think she'll back me up on this. Does technically Albert Wesker was part of the STARS team and he betrays them in the Resident Evil 1, and you don't technically fight him. He technically he fakes his death or something. Doesn't he get he just get hit or something?
Wesker, all I remember is Wesker.
It was pitiful. 5. Okay.
Yeah, you fight him in 5. Yeah, you punched the. Yeah, I know 5. You punched the boulder in 5. Yeah.
And then he's technically not human. He's a test tube baby, so he's a clone.
Yeah, we get that bullshit.
We might be on Wesker 6000. Who knows?
I think clearly he's dead now because we're in his kid now.
Yeah,
so.
Because once he found out he was a test tube baby, he freaked out and killed all the other test tube babies.
Yeah.
Except for the one in Revelations.
It's all messed up.
But that's more Resident Evil's fault than his.
Yes. Could keep coming back as well because she's done it more than once at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there's all the cores, which are all their own thing.
Yeah, I would argue whether GLaDOS was ever human.
She was.
Well,
it is that is part of the lore.
Well, no, she was transferred into an AI. That's her personality, but it's not. You're not a human being. And if you look at the cores,
her consciousness it's worse. It wasn't like her personality. It was her consciousness that was moved into an AI.
Once you add in the
soma.
Yeah, but what if you were after the personality course were transferred? Wouldn't it change the difference of the being into something else at that point?
It should.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's very confusing.
They explained that she regains her memories.
Yeah, but memories doesn't make you a
person. It's like the theory of some people just born evil.
Well, it was also like they don't go into like all the explanation because obviously it's a fictional game and we don't have the technology to do that. But they describe it like her boss, the guy who created her, wanted to live forever. And he was dying. He was terminal. So like he was creating technology not to make him a robot or to just be a robot forever, but to actually live forever. And he said, I'm worried that the technology will be not like ready for when I die. So if I die, transfer her.
Carolyn.
Yeah, Caroline.
But but again, it's up to philosophy whether that actually works. Technically,
it does because actually at one point in the game, her recording is playing, and she answers at the same time as the recording, "Yes, sir." And she goes, "Oh God, what was that?"
It's
Yeah,
really
she's still in there. She's in there. Yeah. She like has a panic attack. It's kind of funny. That's when
But
she's
is
a
that-
potato clock.
no, but is that more personality programming or an actual person? I can't tell.
It's like I said,
like-
I believe it's along the same concept as Soma, where they're transferring their consciousness to the ship to go into space because the world's dying. It's the same kind of concept, I believe.
Yeah, but I always thought that's the thing. It's philosophy because I always thought Soma's ending was bullshit because that makes no sense.
Soma's
me.
ending also was open-ended, so you could go like, "Are you stuck on the ship? Are you? Or
Yeah,
are you in
it's-
space?
The thing is,
Figure it out, chump."
And
you can't argue like nonfiction with logic, though. If they say she was transferred,
well,
she
no,
was
because it's science
transferred.
fiction. It's
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah.
it's specifically trying to
Yeah.
have these conversations with you.
All right.
Because
Anything else, Matt?
I was just gonna say, like, when it comes to Portal, like, so much is vague that I just have a hard time knowing what is what.
It's also
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to take place in the Half-Life
is.
universe, supposedly. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be awesome though. It would be.
Yeah, because that character is based in Half-Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything else that?
Smile nod.
Wesker's pitiful. Sorry, that's always my thing when I think of Wesker. That's the first thing that pops in my head.
He is a sad little man, isn't he?
He is. He is. He should have been the Jill sandwich.
Oh God, no.
Gosh.
Oh,
Okay,
they kept that after the remake.
like, because I'm reading the Caroline wiki trying to figure out what is what.
It's interesting.
Because like you have Wheatley, like would Wheatley being in there no longer mean it's Caroline?
Actually, Whitley comes in is not an actual core attached to her. He has a
Yeah, I
whole
know.
different personality meant to destroy her as a failsafe.
And there was multiple cores they tried that with. Apparently, it's
Yeah, they were
So-
all to make her stupider.
Right.
so that's like. So what was the idea though? Like to overclock her or something?
No,
Right.
they were hoping to actually make her dumber. That was the point.
No,
She was
that's what I mean.
actually-
Like are they eating up the processing power with these other
I
personalities? Is
think
that the idea?
the other personalities overpower her voice, so it's like trying to think what's so behind it is if they just put a bunch of noise going on at the same time that she can't think clearly. That clearly did not work.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go first because I don't want to get. I want to make sure that I get my point out first, so that way I can get it over. And just literally leave it to y'all. Said some good points about him. But really, what makes him a good what with Resident Evil, it really was good when it had like it wasn't the because Albert Wesker really isn't the key villain in Resident Evil. He just more like a puppet master hung by other puppet master. That's the way I saw Albert Wesker. Because technically, you look at Resident Evil 1, he was working for Umbrella, and then 4, he's actually like the leader, I guess, or he literally just said, well, fuck you, I'm gonna make my own company, Tricell, and it's such a convoluted mess. He's literally just a mutant monster when it gets to Code Veronica, and but I think literally in Key, Albert Wesker really isn't the villain in every episode. He just literally is there because he's like, I'm Albert Wesker. You won't chat to me this time. I'm Carmen Sandiego. That's the way I felt. And I know Zach is going to say some shit about that, but that's the way I feel like you never catch me. You'll never catch me, And that's the way I felt about him because the other people besides Wesker was just more interesting. I mean, because if you look at Resident Evil 2, he wasn't even in fucking Resident Evil 2, and I actually kind of enjoyed and Mr. X was just, look.
No, it's I'm just saying
X
Super
was amazing. Is it
No, the
Birkins? I
Birkins
thought
are the
Mr.
name of the
X, though.
scientist. It's not Brinkley.
Okay, my bad. Birkins. Sorry, I got the name wrong. But they're really the villains. Long story short, but that it is interesting. Sasha, your war sister, and GLaDOS literally has a backstory. I don't know if she feels anything. I don't care about that. She does have a background of being evil and literally doing this stuff to, experiment with people. She's doing this, deadly neurotoxin. The cake is a lie. You win.
Thank you. Woo.
All right, but you need.
I know I need both.
Uh-huh. So I'm gonna go with zero. Zero, who you felt won?
Okay. And hearing the arguments, and especially with Zach's concluding question, which is what kind of sold it. It's along the lines of like, you have to think of something. It wasn't exactly Albert Wesker who triggered the Raccoon City incident, but Umbrella Corporation as a whole. And so it's kind of like you're applying a corporation's misdeed to a figurehead character simply because by that time, Resident Evil 3, 1's already done, that he's, a traitor. So of course, player bias is going to put it at, oh, so he's the one that did this. No, it was still technically Umbrella Corps that did it. They're just trying to clean up their mess with their mercenary squad because they didn't expect Wesker to go rogue. As for GLaDOS, knowing Portal is kind of, especially with its lore, is kind of like you get so many twists and turns that simply because of the fact that both it and Half-Life exist in the same universe, thank you, Still Alive, with referencing Black Mesa. It's like you have so many mental screws going on with that entire universe that you can't tell what's actually happening and what's right, what's wrong. And that's kind of a key thing about science fiction. With GLaDOS as a character, it's like human experimentation is something that, even though Wesker was a test tube baby, both of them actually did, because he was still you do see him as part of the scientist team. But just the sheer volume of corpses that GLaDOS has to her name make her a much more immoral villain compared to Wesker, and therefore I'm going to give it to GLaDOS.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, Wesker, he's no. Well, he is the villain, but he's not the villain. It's really complicated. I mean, some of the most horrible things he's done is actually is the only person we could think that actually kidnaps jail. That probably would have been your best answer. So, but GLaDOS does just get a kick out of torturing people. That's kind of concerning. The concerning robot.
Zach is going to full sweep.
I'm thinking actually, because I was just thinking, technically you're talking about two. Technically, Wesker introduces Birkin and stuff to Umbrella. Like he was the person who got people to do and make
Ashford
this thing.
Family's actually, I believe,
So
the
it's like-
actual head of it.
So
Yeah.
Oh no, I know he's the head of it. So he's like sort of a middleman, though. Is what I'm saying. So it's hard to. It's hard to. I was just thinking with your example.
But really, you don't see Wesker again at least until Code Veronica. You don't see him until Code Veronica.
No, Spencer is the one behind everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's one of these last
It's
names.
so
That, like,
convoluted, fucked up.
everybody just goes by last names and it doesn't.
Yeah.
and Wesker's worked for different organizations and faked working for organizations. Yeah. So it's not just because I have a hard time. I don't know if GLaDOS ever had a shot of not being what GLaDOS is.
I don't.
Like, could GLaDOS have not been a murderous psychopath robot? Wesker chose to be what he is. Because we've seen Albert's sister not be that, but like with the circumstances of GLaDOS and all the ways that it worked, it's like
they didn't
computers.
They didn't program murder into her. They didn't make.
Yeah,
her
but if they didn't. No, but they didn't. But if they're going to use Caroline, it's going to happen anyway. Right, every single time it's going to happen. There's no way where this doesn't happen. Where Wesker chose it, and to me, that's more evil. Because I don't know what I don't know what to do that would have, like, any action that would have changed the outcome of GLaDOS. So literally, we're trying to stop her, and it didn't work. So what's there? Which choices are there? So I'd actually go with Wesker just because of that, but that's just personal way I look at it.
All right, cool. Well, I'm glad I told you last.
No. No. It's just I think about AI and morality way too much.
Look, I mean, I go by the Terminator logic. Skynet didn't change itself. Now they thought of that shit. So
What?
Smash Show, you got the first point. Woo! All right. Good effort, Rob. Though you actually convinced Zach to give you a point.
Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't convince me as much as the Mustachio didn't convince me that GLaDOS could.
My heart.
No, but you didn't know you were trying to convince me of that.
This is true. What they're saying in the chat.
Right.
Well, Space Human said he would have chose Andrew Bryan.
All right.
I agree with that, actually. Yeah.
But Andrew Bryan wasn't the villain in that one.
Yeah, he was. What?
No, Atlas was.
No,
You were had.
no. Atlas is the villain, but like Ryan's the villain for making it too.
But I mean, not an actual original thought. That wasn't purposeful evil.
Yeah, it was.
No.
His whole philosophy turned out to be evil accidentally.
Not really. I would live there. John went with Joker, Arkham series Joker. And Mac went with Flowey.
Flowey's.
I chose Whitley because what's worse than an evil idiot?
I think I actually had this question before, and I went with Am, and I'm sticking with it.
Flowey is actually pretty
from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Basically a feeling robot that
I
kills
almost
everything.
want to go with